Okay, this is my persuasive speech. Here is my audience.
Hello.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Thank you guys for being here today.
You're so welcome.
All
And a cook.
right. Here we go. So, what if every person in the United States was bilingual? Today, I want to talk to you about why in the United States we should implement the teaching of foreign languages into the curriculum for elementary schoolers. This is an important topic of conversation because it is something that can impact your future kids, your future grandkids, nieces, nephews, and more if it is implemented. I've done extensive research on the topic, and I strongly believe that this should be implemented. There are only positive benefits that could come of it. My 3 points are: it is easier to learn a second language at a younger age than an older one. People who learn a second language are smarter, typically, and demographics in the U.S. have become more bilingual and multicultural throughout the years, so by learning other languages, we can be more diverse and understand each other better. My first point is that the younger you are, the easier it is to learn. I think that most of us were required to go through at least 2 classes of foreign language in high school. Some students were given many options, some few. At my small high school, we only had Spanish. Now, I don't know about most of you and how well you remember what language you took and how much of it you remember, but I do not remember much of my Spanish at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I remember more from watching Dora the Explorer as a kid and knowing Spanish from that than from my high school classes. And that makes sense because as a kid, your mind is still developing, and as Julian Hugert states in her article, during early stages of neural development, the brain exhibits more plasticity, and as a result, children seem to absorb everything around them, and language is the most notable example of this. Research also indicates that the brain is at optimum to learn foreign sounds in children under 10. Students who learn a language early improve their chances for native-like pronunciation and a high level of proficiency later on. On the American Council for the Teaching of Foreign Language website, multiple studies are referenced in support of many effective language learning in younger students. One study shows 11th grade French students with just 80 minutes of instruction per week starting in 3rd grade outperformed another group that started French in 7th grade. The younger French students' performance was better in every area. Numerous studies have been done comparing younger students to older students, all with the same result. The younger students' ease to learn and ability to retain is far superior. Thus, it is clear if we want to start producing bilingual citizens, we need to start teaching people at a younger age. Another benefit to learning a foreign language at all, but particularly at a young age, is that it actually makes you more intelligent. So that is my second point. It makes you smarter. And so multiple studies show that people who start learning another language at an earlier age experience improved cognitive skills and academic performance. The study of foreign language contributes to brain development and overall learning. People who learn a second language score higher on reading, verbal fluency, and general intelligence assessments. In fact, the more languages people learn, the higher their scores, with speakers over 4 languages scoring consistently higher than any other group. Furthermore, learning a second language improves fluid intelligence and executive functioning because you have to control the 2 languages that you know. While you communicate in one language, you've got to manage and control the other language. According to a study on the ACTFL website, students involved in a foreign language magnet program with a broad demographic cross-section scored well above national norms in reading and mathematics. Why do bilingual students perform at a higher level in all areas? Because children gain a deeper understanding of English by learning the structure and vocabulary of a different language. This more complex understanding translates into the students having more confidence in their English skills and a more complex understanding of the language in general. Furthermore, learning a second language fosters a flexibility of thinking that translates itself into math, creativity, and problem solving. Because students have reaped the benefits of foreign language study at an early age, they are less likely to treat language as a meaningless academic requirement later on in life. Instead, they see language as a tool to be used for a wide range of educational applications, career choices, and personal enjoyment. The research is prolific and undeniably in support of the claim that learning a second language in elementary school makes us smarter. So, finally, implementing foreign language study in every elementary school in the U.S. should be practiced because of the increasing cultural diversity in our country and the benefit that knowing another language can have. Demographics in the U.S. are more diverse. Thus, we need to catch up to be able to understand others and communicate more efficiently. Speaking another language is a huge asset that continues to gain greater value as the years pass. We are not an isolated country where there are no benefits to speaking other languages. I recently went on a trip to Europe, and there, almost every person you meet can speak at least 2, if not more, languages. These people are impressive, and they have a unique skill that the majority of Americans do not have. I found myself feeling jealous of these people. I wish that I had been taught another language at a younger age. When we make second language learning a priority in our elementary schools, we develop a greater openness to other cultures at a younger age. As students learn a foreign language, they learn about the people and countries where the language is spoken, including the history, traditions, customs, and geography of those countries. Learning a second language broadens students' global awareness and sets the stage for global competency. Students acquire a more global perspective and gain insight into their own language and culture. Studying a second language in elementary school develops an early understanding of the relationship between cultures and languages. Not to mention, knowing another language is a huge skill and attribute in life. You can get so many jobs just for being able to speak another language. So it's a huge asset that gives you great cultural understanding of others. So, in conclusion, my 3 points were: the younger a person is taught a second language, the better and easier they learn; that learning a foreign language, especially at a younger age, makes you smarter; and that learning another language, especially for people in the U.S., is important to create more culturally diverse and understanding citizens. My thesis was that every elementary school in the U.S. should implement the teaching of a second language into their curriculum. So, what can you do? Well, a first step is definitely to make your voice heard. If you care about this issue, call your teachers, your local school boards, and your government officials. Let them know this is something that you care about and should be a priority in our children's lives. Imagine the impact learning a second language in elementary school could have had on your life. Thank you.
Woohoo!